To all who come to this happy place, welcome.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chris, and you're listening to a podcast that believes in dreams, that places trust in the magic of imagination, that is always the first star to the right, and where the light in the window is always on. Join as we discuss the views from Walt's apartment.
Hey everyone, and welcome to Walt's Apartment, a Disney podcast. We're here to cover all things Disney, Pixar, Marvel, and Star Wars. I'm joined by a group of like-minded Disney fans from all over the country. Well, actually, just David. We're all here. We are all here to share our love of all things Disney with you. As always, we hope you enjoyed the view from Walt's Apartment. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Wednesday night, Walt's Apartment Live.
Yeah.
How is everyone doing? David, how you doing, brother?
Doing fantastic. And I'm part of the pink shirt brigade with Pablo over there. So
there you go.
That's right.
We are back from our back from our week off last week. Actually, everyone that's here tonight was just at Disneyland, so we're gonna have some fun, talk a lot about Disneyland too. So, but Dave, you're doing well. Things are good.
Yeah, doing fantastic. I'm already having withdrawals from Disney, but I do have to say what kind of clamped those withdrawals down was thinking about all the walking that I did. So, yeah.
Right. So let's get into it. I want to introduce our guest tonight. He's been on before. His music is our opening. So Mr. Pablo Rosell, Swinging with the Music. Welcome back, my friend. How are you?
Hello, I'm well. How are you guys?
We're good, man. Just getting through the summer. And, like I said, we all were just at Disneyland, all three of us. I think you were there when David was there, actually. I think you were there Wednesday or Thursday, because you were there like Tuesday or Wednesday, right?
I was there on Tuesday, yeah.
Yeah, so David was there too.
Okay. Yeah, I was there Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Oh, man. We could have been in the same area. Total. I was at Marvel for most of the day because, I paid for a single day ticket. I was just going to check out the new stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to try my best to handle the comments tonight, too. Mary says hello. Tiffany says hello.
So, Mary.
Adam says hi.
Adam.
Facebook user says, "Where is Big Papa Disney?"
I love Facebook user.
I am right here. So Facebook user, if you click at the bottom, you actually can put your name in there so we can see who that is. Facebook user, let us know who that is. So Danny says hi. Mary says she loves the music. Ethan says she loves the music. Hello, Ethan. How are you? And
Ethan.
Yes, it is just David tonight. It's like a decast reunion, just the two of us here, back doing an old school guys' night. So we're gonna do that. So Pablo, you've been on a couple of times, but still, tell us about Swinging with the Music. What you got going on? What you got coming out? How'd the Broadway album do?
Yeah. So Swinging with the Music is a series where we take established, not genres, but themes. So we do a Disney theme. We do Broadway. We do Sarah Bareilles. We do rock, just Beatles, all this kind of stuff. And we take that theme and just jazzify everything for a whole set of like fun, exciting new versions of songs we know and love. And Swinging with the Mouse is actually our Disney version. Right. I can't say Disney. But Swinging with the Mouse, it doesn't sound that exciting. It's like swinging a mouse. It sounds weird, but it's fun. It really. We started as a cabaret, which is live events, concerts, and then last year we recorded an album, which you guys graciously let me come and talk about earlier last year. And then we released the Swinging with the Music of Broadway, which featured a bunch of Broadway performers. And now we're working at getting back to live events, and we actually have a show coming up in LA, August 15th.
Oh, nice.
Okay, right on.
Yeah.
And your band is the same band all the time, right?
It is, yeah.
It's the same group of people?
Same dudes. They're all great musicians. And most of them, a lot of them, everybody's played for Disney in like film scores or at the parks or stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But, they're all Disney dudes that you will recognize if you see them.
Nice.
Yeah.
So here's a little sample of some of your music. So this is our other theme. I'm just going to play I'm going to play a couple minutes of it here, a couple of seconds. Here we go. get the idea. That stuff's great. I listen to it all the time. I like we've talked before. I was in high school and did music and played the trumpet and the drums. So I love jazz music. So it's welcome back again, my friend. I'm glad you take the time to join us. Appreciate that. We have a lot to talk about. We have some news that me and Dave are going to get through because we signed it to everyone else and it's just us here, but we're going to get through it. But first, I want to talk about our trips to Disneyland. We all were there within the same week. I'll start with you, Pablo. What was it like? What was the feeling walking back in there after? I don't know how long it's been since you were there. How was it for you?
It was. I'm sorry, but it was magical. It really was. Yep. It did feel sort of regular. I mean, to an extent. I think I went after the mask mandate was lifted, so it did feel like a lot of the restrictions were non-existent, and it felt like the people that were there, especially like at the Doctor Strange show, everybody was just like packed into the little theater. It felt like nothing was going on.
Right. Oh, for sure.
So it felt nice. I was able to ride a lot of stuff. I went alone this time. I just wanted to go and experience it. I went alone, and I was able to ride stuff without really doing any of like the usual tricks I have to get into stuff faster. So it was fun. Good. I do have my thoughts about Avengers, and both positive and negative.
Good. I want to hear everything. So let's get in. David, when you got there, how long has it been since you've been there?
Oh man, the 90s. So I'll just say
wow.
Okay. No, actually, no. Early 2000s. I took my children. I'm like, I didn't have kids in the 90s, so it was in the 2000s. So yeah, I'll say probably about 2006. Wow. Yeah, about 2006. So.
Okay. First thoughts walking in there.
Man, I gotta say, one thing that I give Disney credit for, and I didn't realize that this was it's not a hang up. You're constantly in real world. You know, you're reminded of the pandemic and life and how everything is. When I was there, none of that. It felt like I was at a different place. You know, people, while there was going maskless and stuff, there's some people wearing masks and stuff. It was just a worry-free, fun time and stuff. So, and I do also have some comments too on the Avengers stuff. So we'll talk about that.
We'll get into it. I will say, I did some stuff on the page. I did a live stream when we first walked in, when me and Lisa walked in, and it was just like, I haven't been there in 3 years, and it was weird. It was like Mary's saying over here, you know, it's how WDW, it's how Walt Disney World seems that COVID is gone. But like David said, that whole thing with COVID and everything, and you walk in there and you're just in a different place. And to walk back in there, look over your shoulder and see the train station. This is the first time I've been in there since I've started the podcast and actually saw Walt's apartment, you know, so it was awesome. And it was so much fun. The crowds, I mean, there was crowds. We were standing in the middle of Main Street waiting for everything to open, and it was just absolutely insane. I mean, you're shoulder to shoulder, and there was no sign. You saw a few people with masks, and I respect them for doing that, and good for them. If that's what they feel comfortable doing, absolutely go ahead. You know what I mean? But I mean, the biggest surprise for me was that we got there, and we always go left. We were actually going to go to Indiana Jones. That was our big excitement we were going to do, and we're actually walking through there, and all of a sudden, the Jungle Cruise is open.
Ooh, you were there.
Yeah, it opened that Friday. It's soft open that Friday morning, soft open. I'm like, wait a minute, and I'm like, I look around, and people are going in. I asked the cast members, "Are they open?" They said, "Yeah, soft opening." So I'm like, holy crap! And yeah, we did that live on the page, and it was just cool to see. To be one of the first people to see the new stuff. It was really, really awesome. So, and then, like you said, I was able to do everything I really wanted to do. A lot of shopping, a lot of eating and drinking this time, which we can talk about food because I had some of the most amazing food. We both, I mean, yeah, we'll get into that. Our breakfast was drinks. Okay, so let's get into it. You guys both want to talk. I can ramble about Disneyland for an hour. It's no problem. But let's talk about Avengers Campus. Pablo as the guest. Initial thoughts. What'd you think?
I thought it was cool. It felt a little cold. It felt a little stale. And I think I don't know if that's just the world of Marvel, because I find it exciting to go to a Marvel movie and stuff. Like I love Black Widow. I don't know how you guys feel, but I love it. And it was so rich and there was color and there was like all, it was really fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then I go to Avengers Campus and it's like, I feel like I'm at a community college. It's a little like
a good analogy, actually. It makes sense.
And the attraction, the whole having one attraction and trying to like shoehorn an existing attraction,
Mm-hmm.
Sort of felt. I didn't think Guardians of the Galaxy was really part of the campus. It didn't feel like it.
Right.
Being somebody that has experienced Guardians before there was an Avengers Campus.
Well, Guardians been there for 4 years, so I mean, I totally see what you're saying. So that totally makes sense.
The food was great. I liked the offerings. I was not really as impressed with the Spider-Man ride, Web Slingers, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Also, it broke down, and I waited in line for 3 hours. So I have other resentments from that day.
Danny makes a good point. He says, "Makes sense. It's a campus.
It's a campus.
That makes sense that it would be like a junior college. That kind of makes sense now, Danny. Yeah. Thank you for that. So, and he wants to know if anyone got the chocolate bar. I did not.
I did.
No.
You did?
I didn't finish it. Again, I was there alone. I couldn't. But it was good. It was really good.
Did anyone get the huge chicken sandwich?
Yes, that's what I got for the meal.
How was it?
It was very yummy.
Good. Okay.
Yeah, really very yummy.
I agree with you on the way it felt. Knowing what was there before, but Bugs Land being there, right. I think they did an amazing job. I think it's a huge ass upgrade from what it was before. You know what I mean? But I thought the detail was great. Very crowded. I didn't get there when it was early. We got there the first day in the afternoon, and it was. I really enjoyed it. I do agree with you also about Guardians. It does not fit where it is unless you're standing at that one area where you're over by Doctor Strange and you look back and you can see the Quinjet and then Guardians in the background. They're like, okay, that makes sense. Right. But we came in through that way, so I think we might have walked in the wrong way. We actually walked in through Guardians.
Yeah.
So it might have changed my first thought on it, but I enjoyed it. We did not have any of the food there, unfortunately. We were just like, we have 2 reservations for Lamplight Lounge. That's what we were focusing on, and we waited for that. So, but I thought it was cool. The web slinger attraction was okay.
Yeah.
The pre-show I thought was really cool with Peter Parker and stuff. I thought was really, really cool. The other. Yeah, I went on Guardians by myself, so because Lisa doesn't like to go up and down that fast, so it was but I did that. So and it was funny. We were sitting there, and I went into the attraction. It said 40-minute wait. It's probably like 20 to 25 minutes, which was cool because none of the waits from what I noticed when we were there were what they said they were.
Right.
And I'm ready to get on the lift, and she texts me, says, "Oh my God, Thor's looking at me." And she was so excited that I'm like, well, I'm not even freaking out there, I'm like, but she was so excited. She was so excited that Thor was there looking at her. So, but yeah, David, I'm sorry.
No. I agree. So let me sum it up this way. So I'm a huge Marvel fan. So when I went into the Star Wars side, it really kind of felt immersive. The environment, like everything, and when on the Marvel side, it seemed the attraction seems a little disjointed. It just that they were great within their own, but there was a piece that was just missing that was kind of tying everything together to give you that kind of feel like you're in the Marvel universe. They're very Disney and even Marvel, Star Wars. They're very good at painting that picture and bringing you in, like in the movies, and just the feel of things. Whether it's the Radiator Falls or whatnot. It just Marvel. Right. There was just that little atmosphere piece that it just didn't kind of flow. They were kind of like, here's an exhibit, here's a attraction, here's this, right. And it just didn't weave. And I couldn't explain to you. I'm not an Imagineer. And I love the stuff that they do. So this is not a diss to them. I had fun there. It just wasn't, if I'm comparing to the ambiance and when you walked into like the Star Wars side, you really felt like, I could really imagine that I'm on another planet. I'm doing Star Wars stuff. You didn't really get that feel with the Avenger campus and stuff. And so that part, I would say that it was a little bit lacking there. The web slinger, I had to kind of critique myself, because when I went on it with the family, I have the little ones and stuff. They had a good time. They loved it. And I realized, like, yeah, this is probably more like, I want to say the goal for the attraction was to be for the whole family. For me, it was more for the kids and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I enjoyed it. It was kind of a cool little show, and then you hop on the attraction into the little ride and you go through and you're shooting. My wrists were tired afterwards, but and there's a point in time where I just stopped, because I'm like, it's one of those moments where, like, does this even matter? Am I really shooting stuff? Or because I know, like, if I'm not,
No,
I feel like a fool just sitting there doing all this.
It's like a Muppet.
So I stopped for part of the ride just to check to make sure I wasn't being. I was like, oh, okay, I guess I am shooting stuff, and so I continued and with the kids and everything. But yeah, it was what it was, and so I was like, I'm not gonna, it just wasn't really for me and when I wanted out of the experience, but the kids loved it, and that's where I was like, all right, this is
and that's all that matters.
Cool attraction. Yeah, absolutely.
Brenda Angel says, I scored amazingly, but still not worth the hype.
that's my fiance, the lovely fiance there. So yeah, she kicked butt. She actually got the high score.
Oh, nice.
Out of all of us.
Good job, Brenda.
So, yeah, it was
actually, yeah. I rode with I was single rider on that, so I rode with like 3 other people. They were kids basically, and I
good job. Did you handle them?
I totally beat them. But yeah, it felt good.
Good. Danny says, I'm still excited to see what the e-ticket attraction will be. If it's anything, Danny, from what they've talked about that it's going to be, it will be cool, because I've never been on, I think it's called Flight of Passage at Walt Disney World. Mm-hmm. I think you get in there and you're kind of like harnessed in there. It's supposed to be like that, where you like ride a jetpack through Wakanda.
Yeah.
They did a story on it on a Disney Insider like a couple months ago, that they're waiting to see how the movie plays out next year, how they're gonna focus that attraction. So either way, it's gonna be good if it's focused around Wakanda and flying around, because I think there on that ride you like fly separately, kind of like doing your own thing, but you're gonna be a part of a Quinjet team. So did Mary wants to, did anyone pay extra for the shooters?
No, I did. I knew there was options and stuff, and I didn't. So
I had it in my hand, Mary, and I said, no, I'm not going to spend $25 to use once. So maybe when I go back in October, since we'll be there for a few days, I'll get it, or I'll get it for Cashton, my grandson, for sure, and make sure, because he didn't get it when he was there. But yeah, so one really cool thing that happened at Disneyland, we got to get on to the news here. This happened, which we haven't had a chance to talk about yet.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. There he is.
So my entire 42 years of life, the half a dozen times I've been to Disneyland, in Disney World, I've never got to go to the Haunted Mansion, because it was closed for one reason or the other. In fact, the day of when we got into the hotel, we flew in, got in Sunday, Sunday afternoon, and I talked to some people who were coming back from the park, and I was like, hey, how's Disneyland? How's it? I heard you have to walk, and they're like, yeah, it was great, except for the power went out, and I was like, whoa,
July 4th.
He's like, he's like, the power went out and we were stuck in the Haunted Mansion. And I'm like, no, don't say this is the thing. Don't say this is. So I was like, yep, couldn't be a better sign. And then the next day, no issues, no power failure, no nothing. We went straight there. We kind of did the path towards the jungle side and made it over there and got on, and it was worth it. I loved it. It was really cool. So
I'm glad you got to do it, man. So, anybody have any final thoughts on Disneyland, their trips?
Oh, it was great. I mean, 3 days. We got to ride all the rides we wanted to ride in 3 days.
Yeah, we're the same.
Yeah, and so the food was fantastic, and then I realized. So okay, I'm gonna just say this. This is my own personal Disney tip. Do not, after you leave the park, go on TikTok or YouTube and look for Disney tips. because you would be mad that you missed so much stuff.
Right,
I'm like, I didn't know there was lobster nachos there. I'm like, oh, are you serious? I was so mad at myself after.
I'm gonna tell you about the food, then we'll move on. I promise. So, like a month ago when we were planning everything, they said that brunch is coming back to Lamplight Lounge, and it was that weekend. That was the first weekend that brunch was coming back. So I got that reservation. I'm like, cool, 9:30 in the morning. That's the day that we're in DCA first. It's going to be awesome. Something popped up and it said, I looked at something for dinner on Friday night and it says Lamplight Lounge at 7:30. I'm like, well, hell, yeah. So yeah, we had dinner one night and then went back for breakfast the next day.
Nice.
We shared the lobster nachos, and Lisa got the potato skins too, which were so good. All during this, and then our drinks. I had something called the final flight or something like that. It was like just gin and whiskey. It was so good. Ooh. But and I forgot what she had, and but it was like a fruity drink, and we drank it really quick because at noon we scored a Rise of the Resistance backup group when we were backup group 230, right? So I'm watching this all day long thing, and this is going to happen right in the middle of our dinner, and it's going to happen right in the middle of our dinner. They're going to call our group. So we got there at 7:30. We ordered, and 8 o'clock, boom, it says your group's been called. You have 1 hour to get there. So we're like, holy crap! So and then at that same time, they throw down our food. It was like here's the food, here's the alcohol, here's more alcohol, and here's the potato skins. So I'm like, oh damn, we got to go. So I mean, we ate everything really quick. We pounded the drinks. Mm-hmm. And let me tell you, you know how far away Lamplight Lounge is from Rise of the Resistance. It's not close.
Further.
No, not
it's not. It could not be any. You're absolutely right, Pop. You could not be any further. So we got there. We rushed over there. We got there, I want to say by like 8:30. So we had like a half hour or so before they said we had to be there. And we just got put in a line for an hour and a half because at the end, all the backup groups are just grouped together.
Yeah.
So we were in there for an hour and a half, and yeah. But the lobster nachos, David, make it happen. Pablo, have you had them?
I have not.
Oh God. Let me tell you. I mean, even the chips are good. That's how good it was. Just the tortillas themselves are so good. It was amazing. And then for breakfast, and then I will get off this, and I promise we'll move on. I'm sorry. I'm kind of glad no one else is here because we did. The next morning I put this out there too. We had breakfast. I had a breakfast burger, which was a burger with a fried egg on it and like aioli, amazing burger.
Ooh, nice.
Lisa had infused French toast. So they put this down. It's a piece of French toast. There's no syrup on it because the syrup's already cooked into it.
Ooh.
Okay. Like a McGriddle almost.
Like a McGriddle, yeah. And but it was like square, and I took a bite. It was really good. But our drinks, I had a drink that was called Cinnamon Toast Crunch drink, which basically was rum chata, gin, vodka at 9:45 in the morning.
Yeah. That's a vacation.
Yeah, and then Lisa had the mimosa flight, not just one mimosa. There was 4.
Yes.
So it was just like a watermelon mimosa.
Yep.
Yeah, she had that. I tried them. They were okay. I'm not a mimosa guy, but yes, food amazing. If you can ever go there, go to Lamplight Lounge. We'll just hit a couple of these news stories because we went way too long on that. So
absolutely.
Let's talk about where's the thing here. Okay, first story is I thought this was cool, and you guys are all sports guys, right? You guys like sports?
Oh, love it.
Football fans?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Pablo, do you know who Eli and Peyton Manning are?
Yeah.
Okay. So this really isn't Disney related, but I mean Disney owns ESPN, so it kind of is. But pretty cool thing. They signed on to do a counter show during Monday Night Football, which they'll be on every other week with different guests, and it's on ESPN too. So basically, what'll happen is the game will be on in the corner, but they'll have like live call-ins and they'll have like live reaction to the game and like the way they think of stuff. So it'll be Eli and Peyton doing this as a supplement to you just watching Monday Night Football. So I thought it was cool. I thought it was a cool story to put up and talk about. I'm a huge football fan, and it's done by Omaha Productions, which I think is Peyton Manning's company. I'm assuming because he always said Omaha. But I think it'll be cool. Any thoughts on ESPN
Yeah, no, they're branching out. They do what they need to do. Their fan base is as solidified as any other fan base that exists out there. So I think they're going to have some amazing success with this.
David, you got a compliment here from Lauren. She says, David, you look younger than 42, like you're in your 20s, David.
What?
Yep.
Why, thank you.
Danny says the force was with you. Yes, Danny, we were running our ass across that freaking park, and people were starting to sound for the fireworks too. So it was. Lauren says, "Go Bears." No, sorry, Lauren.
So small confession. The 3 nights we were there, because I pooped out early and I opted to be their personal Uber and picked them up at downtown, in the guest pickup. I missed the fireworks shows there.
Yeah.
So we got to hear it though. Oh, trust me, on the 4th of July, all 3 nights. I can almost see it from the hotel and the pool and stuff. But
were you over on Harbor?
No, we were on. Our hotel shared the same. We're like 5 minutes from the guest parking for Disney. So
okay, cool.
I'm not sure what street. I can't remember what street that was. But.
Probably Catella, but yeah. Danny says that sounds awesome. Peyton is fun to watch. Love the show on ESPN Plus and the game and the game he hosts now on ABC. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that. I think it'll be fun.
Yep.
Nicole says super late to the party, but hello, Nicole. Hope you're having a good day. Danny says, isn't that guy that plays Aquaman Jason Momoa? Yes.
Nice.
Danny, we gotta get you back on here again too, man. You're funny as hell. So next story, I thought this one was pretty cool. This is about all the Emmy nominations. I think they got 70 nominations, more than Netflix. More, but if you count all of Disney, so you count Hulu, you count ABC, but just a couple of the bigger ones that really can kind of outstanding lead actor in a drama series. Billy Porter for was it Posse or Pose?
Pose.
Okay. And then he's the Broadway guy, right? Is that Billy Porter?
Yeah, he's a Tony winner. Yeah, he's big in the Broadway world.
Outstanding lead actress for drama series. You have Elizabeth Moss, Handmaid's Tale. That show, man. That show's crazy. My wife watches that. I'm like, damn, Jesus. A couple other ones here. Outstanding. Anthony Anderson for Blackish, is it true that someone said Blackish is ending?
I believe so, because I think the creator, I can't remember his name, but he signed a multi-year Netflix deal, so I'm not sure how they're gonna Disney's gonna continue that, but that's the rumor. So
yeah, Danny says he'd love to join the show with you all while writing some code for class. David, help him write some code.
Yeah, I got. No, I'm good. I did my college thing 20 years ago, so enjoy it.
Outstanding. Let me see. Let's get into the Disney Plus stuff. Outstanding lead actor in a limited series or movie. You have Paul Bettany from WandaVision.
Yep.
You have Lin-Manuel Miranda from Hamilton and Leslie Odom Jr. for Hamilton.
I don't get the Hamilton stuff.
So yeah,
I don't either. We were talking about that before you got on, Pop. But we're like, why is this on there? That came out on
Disney
Plus last year.
Yeah, I thought did they skip a year or just the timing? Hamilton came on.
I think the Emmys they're within the time frame of this year's Emmys.
Well, it came out last July on Disney Plus. I know that, so they're within that. Yeah,
but they recorded that 4 or 5 years ago, and it's not like new content. It just has to be something that is available to us now.
Yeah,
I'd love to see Paul Bettany win it, but I think it's going to be Lin-Manuel Miranda. I just think because
it's going to be. It
is. But Leslie Odom, I freaking love Hamilton. I think he did such a good job of that. So
of those two, I feel like Leslie Odom would probably be the one to get it.
Yeah,
that's just because Lynn writes very well, but he doesn't really perform very well.
Ethan says,
thank you for saying that. Yes, that is fact.
Ethan says, Pablo, I agree. It's a musical that came out years ago.
Yeah, like it's not new content. There's stuff that we should celebrate that is not winning all the money for the past 5 years.
But it was a way to get Disney to get more.
Good for them. Yeah, good business move. Absolutely good business move. But
I want Paul Bettany to win. I think he was amazing in WandaVision. I think he would do a great job. I haven't seen The Undoing or Halston, so I don't know. I know who Hugh Grant and Ewan McGregor are. That's a pretty stacked lineup there for an Emmy award. So, and then outstanding lead actress in a limited series or movie, which they count all these as limited series because they're just a few episodes. You have Kate Winslet, Michaela Cole, Ann Taylor-Joy, Elizabeth Olsen from WandaVision, and Cynthia Erivo. We know who's going to win that, right? We're all clear on who's going to win.
We know who you think is going to win. I mean, you're Wanda.
Yeah,
Wanda through and through. So I'll be honest. She has some competition there. So
for sure. I don't think she'll win. I really hope she does because I thought she did a great job as well. Mary makes a really good point. More subscribers for sure from Hamilton. We discussed this on the DCast last year. I think we discussed this with Sean Nyberg in the beginning of this year that how Hamilton, he wrote an amazing article actually about how Hamilton like saved and propelled Disney Plus last year because it came out on July 4th in the middle of COVID. So it just, they got so many subscriptions at that time to it, and people stuck around and are liking the other stuff. But it's, yeah. Outstanding supporting actor. You have Daveed Diggs, Jonathan Groff, and Anthony Ramos from Hamilton, all three of them. So I would pick Jonathan Groff. He was the king, right?
King George, yeah.
George. Love King George.
Daveed Diggs, he was Thomas Jefferson, right?
He was great. And my vote would be for him.
Yeah, I thought he was great. Outstanding guest actor in a drama series. Yeah, this is the one that we were talking, David, before. You have Timothy Olyphant and Carl Weathers from The Mandalorian, which I thought were both really good. They both did really good jobs. But this one here is Don Cheadle was like
for like 2 seconds.
He was.
I mean, and we you're right, Sean. We were talking about this earlier. I mean, the guy who almost got decapitated by John Walker, his guest performance was better. I mean, it just So the Don Cheadle thing. I mean, I love the dude, amazing actor. I scores of his stuff I follow, but come on, let's just call it what it is. He came on a couple lines, and then we haven't seen him for the rest of the series. Now is it. So
it should have been Lamar, the guy that played Lamar over him.
There's a lot of people actually. There's not
John Walker even. I mean,
there's featured unnamed actors a part of that series who probably had better input in that show than he did. So,
and then outstanding variety series. I think I missed a couple here. I think supporting actress in a limited series. You have Renee Elise Goldsberry from Hamilton, Philippa So from Hamilton, and Catherine Hahn from WandaVision, which she better get it. I think she was probably one of the biggest highlights of WandaVision to me.
Absolutely.
To how I know you're a big fan of hers, so that's But that's it on that. Lots of Emmy nominations. I don't know when the Emmys actually are. I think they're in a couple of months or so. It might be September or October, but I'm looking forward to seeing. I hope Disney does well overall. Next story here. Real quick, there looks like that The Mandalorian season 3 won't be coming out till probably spring of next year, which is kind of shocking how long it's taking for that. So, but I think that they're going to ride that Book of Boba Fett, coattail for a while through the fall into the winter, then in the spring makes sense. So, you guys are fans of Mandalorian, right?
Oh yeah, I thought it was a great series when it came out. So it kind of remade me back into a Star Wars fan. So
perfect. Pablo, any thoughts on The Mandalorian? You've watched it, right?
Yeah. I watched it when it first came out. I don't think I've seen most of the second season.
Okay. But, I apologize for being sidetracked. I'm doing both things here, so I apologize for that. So I want to make sure we get everything. Good. David, tell us about Blade, and then we'll talk a little bit about the.
Yes. So after 2 years since they announced it at Hall H that we're getting a Blade and Mahershala Ali is going to be playing the lead character, we finally got a director. In fact, it was this year we got a writer. We got the writer from Watchmen on HBO, which was a phenomenal series. Got lots of awards. I mean, it's stellar. And we got a director who, let me get the name. He's actually an indie director. I hope I don't butcher the name, but it's Bassam Tariq. So yeah, so they brought him onto the project. Marvel has a very good record of finding like these indie directors and just following letting them go loose with the material for Marvel, and they produce amazing stuff. So I'm excited for it, the writing team as well as the director. So I just can't wait for them to start production. They don't got a production date yet, but I'm hoping it's soon because it needs to be a part of Phase 4. We already got some mention of vampires and Loki and on Loki series and stuff. So let's get some production date, and now we got a director involved. So
for sure, I'm excited for it. I remember the first Blade that was with Wesley Snipes, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that. So good. I'm looking forward to that. I don't know if it's gonna be a remake of that or something new or. No,
I think they're gonna. It's gonna be a reboot. So this is
okay.
There's no canonism to the original Blade to this, which it should be. I would love for them. My dream as a Marvel fan, I would love for them to find a role within the Blade world for Wesley Snipes. There's a couple. If you read the comic books, there's a couple characters Wesley Snipes at his age would be perfectly cast for and stuff. And just to kind of pay homage to, like, in the 90s, this was the big blockbuster, like, Marvel comic book movie that kind of came out and just kind of said, yeah, the things can be done. And then we got Spider-Man, and just the roller was just rolling down. The ball was just rolling downhill. So yeah, so I hope they do something with Wesley Snipes. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. So.
Nicole says Marvel has no boundaries when it comes to storylines. You are right. You're so right, Mr. Hulk.
Ooh, Mr. Hulk.
So let's call you Mr. Hulk the rest of the night.
I like it.
All right, Mr. Hulk. So Pablo, any thoughts on Blade reboot?
I'm excited. I feel like I saw the movie when it came out, which was so appropriate for me. But I don't really know the story of the character, so I'm excited to discover it in a new way. And I think it's great that Marvel's picking up characters that have been forgotten behind Spider-Man, the Hulk, and Iron Man, and there's a whole universe around these characters as well. So
yes,
perfect. I'm looking forward to it as well. Also, another real quick thing. They said Joe Biden's president will be in the Hall of Presidents, I believe, in August. So that's when that'll be out. So
it's taking so long. Wow. Does it usually take that long?
I do not remember the last one, how long it took. I know that I know you would think they would start building. I mean, an animatronic they could build and then just put the other stuff on, but maybe it takes a while to sculpt the face or whatever. Right. Before we go on to, I want one thing. Have you guys? There's a few new shows that came out today because now everything comes out on Wednesdays now because of Loki. Mm-hmm. Turner and Hooch came out today. The remake. We were talking about that. We were talking about that last year when we first started this. How they were filming that, and then also the other show. I cannot think of it right now.
Behind the Attraction.
Oh my god, it's so good. I watched two. I watched the first two. It was Jungle Cruise, and I watched the Haunted Mansion. Nice. And it was just the story of the Haunted Mansion. Raleigh Crump is amazing. He was so funny. I didn't realize he was still alive. I thought he'd passed away too. So, but yeah, he was on, and they just broke down. And David, when you have time, learn about your favorite attraction. So good. They do. I think they're doing what I see. There's 5 already out. There's Jungle Cruise, Haunted Mansion. The next one is Star Tours, Tower of Terror, and the last one is Space Mountain.
Okay.
So, and it's produced by The Rock. So it's good. It's really good stuff. So check that out. And Katie said on here, Turner and Hooch was good, and Behind the Attractions was so good. I watched all the Behind the Attractions. Yeah, I started the 3rd one, so I was I enjoyed them. So just throwing that out there. I want to watch this trailer. David sent us this the other day, and I think it looks pretty cool. The Encanto trailer.
Yes.
Let me get it up here. Okay, it looks like it was older, but I don't remember ever seeing it. So let me get it up on here, and then we watch this and kind of give our thoughts. It looks great.
Yeah, I can't wait for this to come out.
Give me a second here to find it because I'm not good at this. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Let's see if
maximize the screen.
Can you hear it?
Yep.
Probably get shut down for this, but hey. This just looks fun.
Yabel, delivery. I gave you the special since you're the only Madrigal kid with no gift. I call it the special. Since, you have no gift.
Thanks?
Of course, Lin-Manuel Miranda. He does everything.
Gift or no gift, I am just as special as the rest of my family.
Who wants more pink?
All right, guys, where do I drop the wagon?
Maybe your gift is being in denial.
I think it looks good. It looks really good. I've learned if you talk through some of that stuff, they might not turn you off as quickly because you're talking over the music. So that's why I was
commentary.
Yeah, but it looks cute. It looks like Katie's. It looks cute. It looks fun. What are you guys' thoughts?
Yeah, I can't wait to see it. I've heard about it. It was one of the Disney animation pieces and stuff. And then when they kind of put together, I knew he was Lin was attached to a project. They weren't really saying what it was. And then when I saw this, I'm like, oh, this is it and stuff. And so it was, for me, I'm a big comic book nerd and stuff. And so when you have, a storyline where it involves this normal, I guess you would, and then all these people who are special and have all these different special gifts, and that's the world she lives in. It's kind of an interesting concept. So I'm excited for it. I think it would be kind of a cool little show to watch, a movie to watch.
Pablo, what do you think, bud?
I'm excited that they're traveling down to Colombia. It feels like it's a territory that hasn't really been touched. Coco is, I think people are more familiar with the Mexican culture.
Mm-hmm.
But, if you go a little more down south, there's hundreds of different little cultures that you get to explore, and I find it exciting that they're going that way.
Yeah, I thought it looked. I didn't even hear about it until David put it in our group the other day. So, but it was. I think it looks great. It looks fun. David, what's coming up in Marvel? What you sent us this thing today? I'm going to show it right now. I'm going to play this right now because it's so exciting. What's happening? Well, here we go.
Go ahead and play it.
What'd you say? It was from Kendrick Lamar, right? Is the music?
Yeah, it's Kendrick Lamar, and the video was made by Nameless Alexa. So
okay, check this out. This is awesome. Sorry.
Yes. Closing out a decade and opening up a new one. Phase 4 is here. We got it with the Disney Plus series, and Black Widow opened up the gates and stuff and proved that we're done with the pandemic. We're ready to come out and just go in and experience a shared Marvel event. So I'm excited.
Who's here to cover it? Who's here? Who's going to help you cover everything?
So I think we got
the Marvel Tribe.
All right.
So the Marvel Tribe, the Marvel Tribe podcast, which is, I'm going to say it now, it's one of the fastest growing podcasts, fan base in America. Whoop to all the Marvel Tribes out there. We cover we cover everything Marvel, and we are all about from the comic books to the big screen, and everywhere in between, the characters and right now we've been following a lot of the series. We just closed our big finale with Loki, and like I said, we record every Sunday. We release it shortly after that, so definitely come in and check us out. We got the What If series, which will be coming out in a couple of weeks, which I'm super excited. We have the multiverse that's just been broken open. That is going to be the premise for a lot of the Phase 4 because we are going galactic. It's not just Earthbound. And so I'm excited. It's going to be a fun ride, and let's get started. It is Marvel season.
It is. I just blanked there for a second. Sorry, Pablo. Well, damn, Pablo,
so
did you watch
good,
Loki?
left you speechless.
Pablo, did you watch Loki?
I haven't watched Loki. Please don't give me any spoilers. I heard something about vampires. I see memes about alligators. I don't want to know anything until I watch it.
Okay, fine. We won't talk about it. You got it, buddy.
You got it. We won't say anything.
I do know. There's one storyline I don't get, which is Doctor Strange's. I've never seen any of those movies. There's one movie out so far, right?
Yes, one Doctor Strange.
It came out in the Avengers.
Say that again.
In 2 Avengers movies.
Yeah. So Doctor Strange was featured in 2 of the Avengers movies. He played a pivotal role, but he had his own standalone movie, just one, and then he has another one coming out next year, March, which is going to kind of help solidify Marvel. So in the multiverse.
Yeah. I mean, I keep seeing memes of like Wanda and Loki and him, right? Like it's gonna. Please don't give me spoilers.
We won't.
But
if you want to hear spoilers, listen to the Marvel Tribe. How's that sound?
I will start I'm in a movie watching group, and we're gonna start a Marvel marathon.
Nice.
So I will be caught up. I've only missed a couple, but there are parts that are like sort of blotches in my mind.
Well, whenever you're done with Loki, you need to come back on here again, and we need to discuss it with you.
Oh, absolutely.
It'll blow your damn mind.
So let me help your group out a little bit. So Marvel did this really cool thing on Disney Plus. They actually organized the entire Marvel filmology in the proper order you should watch it.
That's amazing.
Yep. It's all there from beginning to current. So
So does that include anything that like the Spider-Man stuff that's not Disney or like the Sony?
It probably will because Spider-Man is coming to Disney Plus. All of them are. I don't know when they're going to put them in. Not yet, but
not yet. But they have their slots. They have it kind of slotted in there. But you're going to see the Spider-Verse is kind of a little bit disconnected until Spider-Man becomes an Avenger and stuff, and then some of this later stuff. But yes, they don't have that quite yet. They got that deal in place.
Right.
Perfect.
I'm excited. So, I'm glad that's an order.
When you're getting higher up there on the list, if you have any questions, reach out to me or David, and we can help you out with
absolutely.
What you should be watching. We'll let you know so you keep it in order.
Now, is the Marvel Tribe is the podcast in phase order, or how does that? So I can listen along.
The Marvel Tribe, we restarted it in January with WandaVision, and so we've completely broken out WandaVision. We completely broken out Falcon and Winter Soldier, and we just finished with Loki. There's a few other episodes in the middle of it. There's a great debate in the middle of it, which you'll get to listen to. So, check it out. It's all on our feed of Walt's Apartment Podcast, or I can send you the link to all the shows if you want. So that's.
So we try to keep pace with what they're releasing and stuff, and then kind of put some filler shows in between when we have some downtime between movies or shows. So.
Barry's first. Thank you, Barry. Good job, buddy.
52 minutes later, Barry. All right.
Barry's here. He said, hey guys, on our way to Disney Springs, have a great show. I know Bill and Barry from Airbnb and Chris from the Marvel Tribe and the Airbnb. They are all together right now. They follow their group, their page. They've had some great videos. They had some amazing dinners that they've been having. I think they were at, I want to say Topolino's, I think it is. That's where they were tonight. They're at the California Grill. I don't know where these places are, but I'm just pretending like I know. But they were there. They've had a great time. They went live a few times. Check out Airbnb. Great friends of ours on the show. So saying thanks for popping in. Mary says Barry. Bill, I'm not Bill. Jeez, David, tell us about our sponsor, and then we're gonna play a quick game.
Oh man! So this particular sponsor, and I just have to say, it's the middle of the summer. It is July. It is hot, and you guys can all use something that's amazingly cool, like a nice, cool, crisp vacation. You guys have family, you guys got friends, you got neighbors, you got strangers. You have somebody who's willing to give you money to help you book your dream trip to anywhere. I don't care if it's to London, if it's to Disney World in Florida, if it's to the grocery store. Have someone help you book your dream trip this summer, and the best people to do it is our sponsors. Sean can tell you about the sponsors, but all I'm going to tell you is whoever our sponsors are and will remain, you got to get you some. So Absolutely. Make sure you go out and get you some and book a fun trip.
Of course. And our sponsor is Getaway Today. They're awesome. They're so cool. They helped me with my trip. I know that they helped David help him plan his trip. Easy. You can do it all online. There's links in our show notes if you want to click on it. It helps us out a little bit if you click on it and book through there. I know Danny has booked through them before, and then Danny's asked me if anyone wants to make a $20 bet on the What If series.
I'll take you up on that.
Oh, there you go. Danny, I won that bet, by the way. David, did I win the bet?
You did. Absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
So
you can't say what it is because Pablo's here, so don't say.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
That's all good. But Brady,
based on how the bet premise was explained to me, Sean won that bet.
So just say it, Brady. Your dad won. Say it, please.
All right, Brady. Yeah. Your dad, Sean won. He won.
There you go. Perfect. We had more people that were going to be on here, but we're going to play a game, and it's a Disney music game, and Pablo will do great, I think. But Mr. Van Hook,
we're going to even each other out, me and Pablo.
David, you could team up with Mary. How's that sound?
Dude, I'm gonna do as good if this was like a country music, guessing
can you
show
guys,
or whatever.
Can you guys see the comments on your screen? Because I can't if I'm putting up these. Can you at least see the comments?
No. Yeah, some when they pop up, but
okay, only if I put them up, right?
Yeah, only if you put them up.
All right, I'll try to do this here. Let's see what we can do. Question number 1. Here we go. In Let It Go, what does Elsa say at the end of building her ice palace? You don't even get choices. I'm just asking you, Pablo. What did she say at the end?
Okay, wait a second. Is it at the end of
Let It Go?
Building of the foundation or the end of
the end of the song?
Oh, the cold never bothered me anyway. Come on.
Okay. Let's see if anyone else agrees with you.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Nicole says you got this. Katie says you got this. They're rooting for you.
Yeah.
Mary says the cold doesn't bother me anyway.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
That is the answer. The cold never bothered me anyway. David, are you ready?
Wait, wasn't that first one mine?
No, buddy. Here we go.
Right.
Second. Here we go.
All right.
Hey, clear the way in the old bazaar. Hey, you, let us through. It's a.
Let's see. Hey, clear the way.
Hey, you, clear the way in the old bazaar. Hey, you, let us through. It's a.
It's an old car. Wait, hold on. I know this is from Aladdin, but this is
more fun.
I love it.
It's a mood star. It's a Jafar.
You're
it's an underage bar.
Danny says it's a Mustafar. That's not either.
Mustafar?
It's not Mustafar. Pablo.
Is it? I actually don't know. Is it Brand New Star?
Bright New Star.
Bright New Star.
Bright New Star. Yep, that's close. You guys were on the edge.
Underage bar. Bright New
Underage
Star.
bar was closest.
Close.
Okay. In the song "Be Prepared," Scar and the Hyenas say, "Yes, my teeth and blank are bared. Be prepared." What is the word missing?
Is it for me or for both of us?
Either one. Let's just do that. Yes, my teeth and blank are bared.
Heiny.
Ambitions.
Heiny.
It is ambitions.
My Heiny. I love it.
So we had Mary and Katie were right, but Bright New
It's
Star.
not Bright New Star, it's Ambitions. Come on.
It is. I forgot that we have to wait a few seconds for them because there's like a 30-second delay. I always forget about that.
All right, we'll do the delay. I
Here we
like
go.
Heine as the answer.
Here we go, David.
All right.
Which of the following does Genie not say that Aladdin has in Friend Like Me? This is actually multiple choice.
Oh.
Yahoo, Punch, Wow, or Pizzazz?
Okay. I'm gonna need the clock from Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Hold on. Let me think about this here.
That's my best clock. I don't know what else to do. Oh, there you go.
I'm giving the people in the chat some time to answer here why I think about this.
Although your laugh is life.
Oh.
All right, so I'm gonna disqualify something. So he doesn't say punch.
Danny says it. The answer is punch. So does Katie.
Oh my god. He may say punch, but he doesn't say Yahoo because I don't think Disney owns Yahoo yet. So Pizzazz sounds too much like pizza, which reminds me of Toy Story, and so that's not it. And Wow is kind of like the multiverse of madness upside down, so it's not Wow from Doctor Strange. I'm gonna go with punch. It has to be punch.
It's not. It's Wow.
Are you? Oh, come on, people in the chat, help me out.
They were trying. They're else. Yeah, you had Yahoo, Punch. You had wait. Is that? Doesn't he say? Wait, Mary's arguing with me. She says, "Wait."
Is it what?
Is it what? Yahoo? Question mark. No, it is what. It is Wow.
Wow.
You got what are the lyrics? You got some.
He went with the Owen Wilson.
He says he does say punch, pizzazz. He does say you got some punch, pizzazz.
Yeah.
Yahoo, no how is the other one. It's not Wow.
That's right. It's
Yeah.
Right.
So it is Wow. That's not on there. So I was questioning myself.
Okay.
And how? Yeah.
Hey, Pablo.
Yeah.
According to supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, how will you always sound? I mean, how will you always sound if you say it loud enough? Let me start that over.
Okay, go ahead.
According to supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, how will you always sound? I can't even say the damn thing if you say it loud enough.
One more time. I love this.
Here we go.
Right from the top.
To supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, how will you always sound if you say it loud enough?
If you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious.
Nice.
Let's see if everyone agrees with you on that.
Yeah, that sounds exactly right.
Yes, Mary. The question is what he didn't say, and it is precocious. Precocious. Let me bring it up here so to prove it. It is precocious. There we
go.
Right on.
David, you've seen Frozen. I know it's one of your favorites, right?
Well,
yeah.
In for the first time in forever, how many salad plates does Anna refer to?
For the first time in forever, how many salad plates?
Who knew we only owned blank salad plates?
Yeah, who knew we only owned
blank? It's a number.
Oh, 2.
Just for Elsa on it. Yeah, that was it. Just for Elsa on it. Yeah.
Fantastic castle. 2 plates.
2 plates. Yeah, and this whole castle. I mean, that'll make me want to say something about it. Like
Mary says 6,000. Who knew we owned 6,000 salad plates?
Well, that's a lot too. I mean, who needs that many? Okay. I mean, they feed the whole town. So
look at Mary. She
I'm going with Mary. I'm going with 6,000.
Oh,
I love you, 6,000.
Danny says 14,605,000.
One is right.
Mary's right. 8,000. She changed it. Katie said 6,000. Who only knew we only owned 8,000 salad plates? These are harder questions than I thought.
They're great.
So it's not just me. Okay, they're hard.
Okay,
questions.
so we got just a few more. 3 more. Pablo.
Let's do it.
As described in When Will My Life
Ballet.
Begin?
The answer is ballet.
Wait, no.
Hey,
Now the thing is, I have to guess the question, right?
We can do this like Jeopardy. We can do this like Jeopardy.
That's the question is, jeez.
What Wanda wishes she was as a profession?
Yeah. What did Wanda want to be
as a little girl?
A dancer.
No, the question is, as described in When Will My Life Begin, what does Rapunzel do after lunch?
You know what? I would have lost that one, so I'm glad it happened to this one.
Yeah, I would say like hip hop dance.
All right, so 2 more here. David, there's something sweet and almost blank.
There's something
sweet and almost.
This is from WandaVision.
Harry. Something sweet. Almost Harry. Scary. Something sweet. Oh, okay. That changes everything. Wait, no. Harry works for Beauty and the Beast, so. But something sweet and almost non-dairy.
He was coarse and he was mean and unrefined. See, I mean, giving you something that rhymes with. So
something sweet and almost Gaston. Barry. Larry.
Look at the
I'm going with scary. Scary's my
look at the chat.
No, I'm going against the chat this time.
Okay.
I'm going with scary. If it's not, it should be scary.
No, it's not. It's
Harry. I meant Harry.
It's kind. It's from Beauty and the Beast. There's something sweet and almost kind.
Almost kind.
He was mean and he was coarse and unrefined.
Right.
See, I'm like
shouldn't sing.
I'm like a Disney stepchild. You know, I'm only related to the family through Marvel. So I'm loving it. I'm learning. So.
Nah, man, you're here. Last question for you, Pablo.
All right.
Mary Poppins fan?
Sure, yeah.
Here we go. In Mary Poppins, there's a song sung by the Chimney Sweeps. The song has 2 different titles. One is the Chimney Sweep Dance, but what is the more commonly known title?
Are we talking about Step in Time?
You didn't give anyone a chance to answer. Let's see if they agree with you.
Ooh, sorry.
No, Mary, I'm not going to do that again. That was wrong.
You should sing.
Nah. Can I be on your next album, Pablo?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do it.
Oh, yeah, right. That'll do. Chick. What's she saying? Chick. What does that mean?
That's the other title?
Well, the answer is Step in Time. So
yeah.
That's it. And that brings us to the end of our game, which brings us to I hope you all enjoyed it. It was fun. Pablo, I'm so glad you joined us. And I've told you, you're always welcome. What's coming out in the future? Anything coming out future for Swinging with the Music?
Yeah, so we are.
You have the concert coming up.
Yeah, we're focusing on revamping the live stuff.
Wait a second. I got to stop you for a second. Mary says my phone is being a pain. Does that mean, Mary, you're Googling the answers and you can't find them quick enough?
Ooh.
Bill and Barry have accused you of this. Is that what's happening?
Did Mary get busted in 4K? What?
In 4K. POV, Mary was caught in 4K.
Oh, no.
Man. All right, Mary, we'll let it slide. I won't tell him, I promise. Okay. Go
Wait
ahead.
till Barry hears this.
Right? Go ahead and tell let us know there. I'm sorry, Pablo. I didn't mean to cut you off.
So if you're in LA or around LA, I'm playing Feinstein's at Vitello's, which is a lovely supper club here in LA, on August 15th at 5 p.m. And I'm just letting you guys know we're adding a show at 8 p.m. because the Disney shows sell really nicely. And that will feature Garrett Clayton from Teen Beach Movie and a couple other Disney guests that I can't share just yet because we're just figuring it out still.
No problem. That's awesome. So how do we find you? Where can we find you, get your music, and get in touch with you guys?
Yeah, so you can go to swinginmusic.com. That's swingin without the second G. SWINGIN music.com. I'm at Pablo Rosil. It's like fossil, but with an R. You can see it in the thing here. And yeah, our website has all of our socials. So if you go through there, you can check out
perfect
music and our socials.
Nice.
Love it. Mary says no. My typing keeps getting replaced with weird words. Mm-hmm. No, it's cool, Mary. We know we got you. So yeah, David, Friday, Sunday night, we're gonna do the Marvel Tribe. We don't know what we're talking about yet because there's no shows to talk about, but we have some ideas. We're gonna have some ideas for some fun games. Thank you guys for being on with me. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for all the support you give us. And from all of us here at Walt's Apartment Podcast, we hope you enjoy the view. Have a great night.
Peace out.
See you real soon.